all that stuff. Two things we must remember. One is that we live in houses with at least some heating. They might be Johannesburg houses and therefore built without the slightest thought for winter, but they are nonetheless houses. And many people in our society don't live in a house. Many people live in a shack, and you know, I just don't know what to say about spending a night in a shack at the moment. And we've got electricity, and actually Eskom has managed to keep the lights on the whole winter, just about, mostly. So that's all great. So there's a lot to be grateful for. And you know, one of the things to be grateful for is that we can be together. Mom, you must please mute.
Sorry.
That's all right. So we are very grateful to be able to be together. Now I've got a copy of the book back. And some people have said they want copies. I've got, that's no problem. And it actually is quite a lot easier to work with a proper book. So I'll also at least make some decent copies now. But what I'm hoping we'll do tonight is we will go to chapter 5. And I think we might just finish chapter 5 tonight. That's my aim. And then you'll see, you'll be moving on to chapter 6 and you will just about be done. So I am going to just share my screen and go back to chapter 6. Sorry, Jacob, I've got to ask you for permission to share my screen. Thank you. So this is in photos, so it's not all that great. But
Let's make it big.
Just make it a bit bigger. 1, 2, 3. There we go. How's that? Are you seeing the bigger? You see it bigger?
Oh, that looks fun.
Looks okay. Let's see. Maybe I can even go a bit bigger than that. Jumped back again. Hang on a second. Is it becoming bigger as I'm speaking?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. All right, great. So, in this chapter, we have done 3 new letters: the nun, the samech, and the ayin. So the nun says na, as in now. The samech says sa, as in sun, and the ayin is a silent letter. So the aleph and the ayin are the same. They are both silent letters. They are there to facilitate the vowel, so that you can say instead of having to have or like this letter ad, which they pronounce as od. Excuse me, which I don't like. Okay, so we've got the 2 silent letters aleph and ayin. Then we've got the n, which looks a bit like the g, but the g has a gap at the bottom, and the n has none. So that's how we learned the gimel and the nun. So we've learned 3 letters: nun, samech, and ayin. Now we are going to close that page and just remind ourselves that the next thing we learned was a new vowel, and that new vowel is the e sound. And the e is 3 little dots. 1 little dot at the bottom and 2 at the top, so that it looks like a little triangle or a little smiley face. And it's e as in bed. B plus e is be. B, e, d, bed. So if we followed it here, e, be, se, de, me, te, le, e, ge, and ne. So that was the second thing we learned in chapter 5, is we learned a new vowel, e, not to be confused with a, which is just the 2 dots next to each other. That makes the sound a, whereas the 3 dots make the sound e. So we then learned to try to read using all of our new knowledge, which is both the 3 new letters and the new vowel. So last week we went through the first 5 lines. They are quite challenging. And then for homework, we said, let's try lines 6 to 10. I think Harriet's just joining us. Just a quick welcome to Harriet. Hi, Harriet. We see you've just joined us. Lovely to have you. Quite a few of us were late tonight, so we started a bit late, and I've just really revised. So all that we're doing now is we are on to page 37. Last week we were doing page 37. We're going to quickly revise 1 to 5, and then we're going to try our best to get through 6 to 12. I don't know if we'll get all of it, but at least do some of it. Oh, there's Robin. At least do some of it. It is now quite advanced. It's quite difficult. So if I go too fast or if people want to repeat certain lines, no problem at all. Welcome to Robin. Lovely to have you, Robs. We're on page 37. We haven't done much. We've mostly recapped.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Wonderful. Welcome. So line 1, I'm going to read, and I want you just to follow with your eye. Eved. Egel, Ada, Ane, Anna, and case. Any questions about line 1? So you're seeing there that you've got both the A sound and the E sound. So A is the 2 dots next to each other, and the E is the 3 dots, the one underneath the 2. So this is page 37. I think Harriet's already picked up her copy of the book. So she can now actually look at a decent sized font, which is rather nice.
Beautiful, thank you.
Good, I'm so pleased. So would anybody like to volunteer for line 1 for me?
I'll try.
Thank you, Reva.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, Reva, and then Harriet, you are going to be the next one. Line 2.
Do you want me to do line 1?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Eved,
Good.
a gill.
Good.
A gill.
That's right.
Ada.
Good.
Battling to see the little things, but I'm
Yeah.
managing. A nay. Sorry, a
Good.
nay.
Good.
And na.
Good.
Anna. And EKs.
Excellent, Reva. You're reading very, very nicely.
Thanks.
Harriet, are you willing for line 2?
Okay, I'll try.
Thank you.
Say, oh, I've suddenly forgotten what that is. Say,
So it's remember, it's got, if it's a dot in it, it's a B, and without the dot, it's a V.
a V, that's right. So say, vel,
Good.
say, ha,
Good. C. So it's just the 1 dot. C.
si, ha,
Good.
sa, chav,
Excellent.
sig,
Good. Excellent. Sig.
sig, si, lay,
So just you've got your letters, but not your vowels. So first vowel is a.
si, la.
That's it. Good, but it's se. You see that dot? It's
it's the
the
egg.
3.
Okay, se,
La.
la,
Good.
and sa, la.
Exactly.
Salah.
Salah. Exactly.
Salah.
Well done, Harriet. Very well done. I think Brian has joined us meantime. Brian, welcome. Brian, I know you already read Hebrew well, but very nice to have you with us. And if you want to volunteer for any of the reading, please do. So well done there, Harriet. Any volunteers for line 3? Should I do line 3 and then I'll get somebody else to do line 4? Line 3. Ni ka. Ne ched. Ni sa. Ni si. Ne gev. And na chal. So I'm willing to take a volunteer either for 3 that I've just done or for 4.
I'll go for 4 if you like.
Thank you, Robin. Line 4.
Malay,
Good.
melach,
Good.
maka,
Good.
michal,
Excellent.
mita,
Good.
mavet.
Excellent. 100%. Very well done. Lawrence has just joined us. Welcome, Lawrence. Lovely that you're with us. If you want to volunteer for reading at any point in time, please do. Very nicely. So we're going along very well. Everybody's reading very well. Line 5, which starts with la'at, which means slowly. So if you go to Israel and you're trying to get them to slow down because they talk fast, you say la'at, bevakasha la'at. So it starts with la'at. Anybody volunteer for line 5, la'at onwards?
Okay.
At lipi,
Thank
la
you.
la mama, la med,
Good.
la vi.
Absolutely excellent. Was that you, Peter?
No, Brian.
Brian Siegel.
It was Brian. I couldn't figure out who that was. Brian, it is absolutely wonderful to have you with us. I know you're going through a hard time. We so sorry about your cousin.
Howard, can you just come here?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyway, well done, Brian. You read very beautifully. Because you read quite fast, I'm just going to do it again. La'at, la'at, libi, la'ad.
There's a fish in the what's it called, what they call it, the sort of little oven, what they call.
In the microwave. Well done. Lama, lamed, and levi. All right, that's line 5. Well done, Brian. So now I think we're in new territory from line 6, aren't we? So let's have a good look at line. Oh no, I think we did line 6. So let's quickly revise 6. Then I think we're in new territory from, I don't know, 7. Okay, so line 6. Ka. Now you remember that one has got the bullet in the tummy, the ball in the tummy, so it's a hard sound. Ka. So line 6. Oh, here's Peter coming back. Line 6. Kaved. Kalil. Kelev, which is a doggy. Down, Kelev, down. Katav. Kisei. And Kala. Kala is a bride. So Kisei, they've done their best to confuse you by putting an irrelevant dot inside the samech, the s on line 6, second last word, kisei. That little dot is there for nothing other than to irritate you. I think they do far too much of this. The word kisei doesn't normally have that dot in it. Anyway, you can just ignore it. So let's do line 6 again. Kaved, kalil, kelev, Katav, Kisei, and Kala. Chatan b'Kala, the groom and the bride. All right, we're moving along well. Line 7, which I'll do first, and I'll ask if somebody else will repeat after me. So line 7 makes use of this letter Yud. Remember the Yud? If the Yud comes after an E, and doesn't have its own vowel, then it just elongates the E, like in this word Levi. In Levi, there it is at the end. It's just helping the E to be a longer sound, Levi. But in line 7, all of these Yuds have got their own vowel. So now they are going to take the form of the ya. It's a yud and it says ya. So in 9-7, the first word is yesh, yashav, yeled, yada, yachid, and ya'ah. So the ya is actually playing its role as a yud saying ya. Anybody, and it's not, the text is not all that clear. I'm sorry about that. I will do now that I've got the book, a good copy. Anybody want to try line 7?
I can try it.
Thank you, please do.
Yesh,
Good,
yashav,
excellent.
yeled,
Now good, but now just give me those vowels again.
yeled.
So it's
The A?
actually the e. Can
Oh,
you
is
see
it
it?
eh?
It's the 3 dots. It's also particularly unclear.
Oh, because yesh, yes. So
So that's an
yeled.
A, that's right.
Yeled.
So the yesh is an A and this is an E. Yeled.
Yeled.
Yeled. Yeled is a boy. Yeled.
Yada.
Good.
Yatid.
Nearly.
He.
Well
Yachid.
done. Yachid.
Yachid.
Well done.
And ya.
Ya'ah.
Ya.
You had it. Ya'ah. Excellent. Ya'ah. Excellent. Okay, so you're doing very well. Just watch your vowels. The A and the E are sent to try us. There's no doubt about that. But read very well. Well done. All right. Shall we try line 8? So line 8 is making use of this letter tet. And tet has got a hole at the top. So it's one of 2 letters that say t. I'm just looking for the other one on this page. I don't actually see one on this page, but we'll remind ourselves of the other t. Just now, let me just see if it's on the opposite page.
We've got one.
Isn't it on the opposite with
There we go.
Betty?
That's right. That's right. Or here, 8. So here, if we go over here, you see here we've got 8 and then at, or they make it here 8 and 8. So that's a t and that's a t. Thank you for pointing that out. So you got your 2 t's. So what we're doing on this page now on line 8 is we are making use of the t that is called a tet. And then they also
Is there
throw
one on
in
line 12, sorry.
line 12. Quite right,
The
Harriet.
1, 2,
Line
3.
12. Quite right. Well done. The at. Quite right. Good. So we're beginning to really recognize the letters just from your eye just finds it, which is really great. So I'm going to read line 8. Ta me. Ta va. Te vach. Te vet. Ta le. And te ne. Any takers for line 8? Lots of tis.
Okay, no one else.
Thank
don't
you,
know.
Reba. Line 8.
All right. Sorry, it's so difficult. Ta me,
Good. Tamad. It is difficult, yes.
Amen.
ta ve.
Ta va.
Oh, sorry, you see, it looks to me, it looks
I
like
know.
2 dots.
And
Very
I-
upsetting.
this
Thank
time
you.
next week, I'll have a
That's
better.
better. That's better. Thank you.
Okay.
Ta ve. Yachid.
Oh,
And
hang on. Where are you?
I'm on line 7. Where are we? Line 8. Can we start?
Line 8.
All right. Ta me,
Good.
ta va,
Good.
sorry, ta ve, ta vach,
Eva.
Teva.
Good.
te vach.
Good. So at first you thought it was a mem and then you caught
Yeah,
yourself.
Yes, I better get that bloody book. Okay, and Tevet
Good.
and Tevet and Maleh.
Good,
Is
but not ma.
Taleh.
Excellent.
Taleh and Tene.
Excellent, Reva. You did very well. This time next week, I'm gonna go down to the Parkview Postnet with the book and see if they can make me a very nice big copy of every page, and then it'll be much better. But well done, Reva. Reading very well. So number 9 makes use of the chet. So we remember that there are 2 letters in Hebrew for the sound cha. There is this chet, and then there is the chaf. Can anybody find for me on this page the chaf?
Wait, we're looking.
We're looking.
In line 4, maybe the
Line 3.
4th
That's
word. Is that Michal?
excellent. Well done, Robin. That's the only one I think on the page, because all the others are kids, right? Because they've got the bullet in it, and that matters.
Isn't there one on line 3, the second word?
Oh, well done,
Right,
Harriet.
right.
Not the only one. You're right. There's Nechid.
Right.
Well done. Isn't this great? So everybody's eyes now seeing very clearly. Well done, Harriet. So that's Neched, and that's Michal, the name is Michelle. And then on line 9, we are dealing with the other ch, which is chet. And that's kind of got a closed throat, chet, and that is chayil. Chelev. Chatav. Chaya. Chiel. And chayat. So they threw in 2 irrelevant dots into the yud on this 4th word and the last word of the line. Just try to ignore them. I'll do it one more time. Chayil. Chelev. Chatav. Chaya. Chiel. And chayat. So I'm sure that you can all see this. If I took this ch and just put the yud next to it, and I just blocked out the lamed, that would give you the word chai.
Hi.
And you often find people wear a little jewelry around their neck that says chai, because chai means
Life.
life. Chai means life. So people wear a little thing around their neck sometimes that says chai, and that's the chet and the yud. Okay, there wouldn't be this e dot, and there wouldn't be the lamed. It would just be chai, like that. Chai.
Then why is there an under the ch instead of an a? You're talking about chi. It's
Yeah,
not
that
the
is it.
verb underneath it.
Chai. It's the chai. Chai.
Chi.
Can
So,
I ask?
yes.
Can I ask about the yud that makes a sound and the yud that doesn't make a sound? Where
So the yud that doesn't make a sound is generally, it's either after the e, which makes it e, and then after the a, except you can't really hear it. A.
I'm trying, wasn't there one here? There's
Like,
yes, the second last word, which is
chiel.
chiel. Yeah.
But you see that yud, it's got no vowel of its own.
So if it has no vowel, it's silent. Is that what happens?
That's right. It's silent, or it just elongates the vowel before. Chiel.
Chiel. Okay, got it.
Whereas this is chaya, because it has got its own vowel. So if we do line 9 again, chayil, chelev, chatav, chaya, Chiel, and Chayat. And then I'm going to do line 10 as well, and then I'll ask for volunteers for either line 10, line 9 or 10. So line 10. So line 10 makes use of this letter Zayin, which we haven't seen for a while. So just refresh your eye. It's the little, it looks a little bit like a Vav, except the Vav is this one. It's just rounded at the top, whereas the Zayin has like a little roof over the top. So that makes use of the Zayin. It reminds us about the Kuf. It reminds us about the Vet. We've already been reminded about the Chet, so we should be okay. Zaka. Ze. Zavach. Zevach. Zeved. And Zahav. Anyone recognize the word Zahav?
Gold.
Gold.
That's right. Give me a context for Zahav. A Hebrew phrase you might know.
The song,
Good, Reva. Tell us the song.
Jerusalem of gold.
That's right. Yerushalayim shel Zahav. So now very soon you'll be able to read Yerushalayim. You can already read Shel, and now you can also read Zahav. So let me do line 10 again. Zaka. Ze. Zavach. Zevach. Zeved. And Zahav. So Peter, I know your signal seems to be coming in and out. I hope you're all okay there. And Peter, if you do want to volunteer, please just shout. Well, anybody actually for either line 9 or line 10. Any takers?
I'll try.
Thank you.
Zacha.
Zaka.
Okay.
Good.
Zaka.
Good.
Z.
What's your vowel?
E.
Eh.
Like A.
Yeah, you see, it is confusing
Yeah.
because it's like an English E sound, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But the sound of it is E, as in bed.
Okay, so Ze, Zavach,
Excellent.
Zicha,
Zevach.
Zevach, Zevach,
Good.
Zevad,
Zeved. I don't know if you can see the
Zeved.
vowel, but it's Zeved.
Zahav.
Excellent. Excellent, Harriet. So the air sound is a bit of a drag. Yeah, anyway, it is confusing because we think of it as an E, and it is an E, but it's the E that says bed, eh. So it's the eh sound. Whereas in Hebrew, anyway, let me not go on and on. It's eh. So it's Zaka, Ze, Zavach, Zevach, Zeved, and Zahav. Well done. Okay, let me do line 11 and 12. And then I'll ask for volunteers for 9, 11, and 12. So line 11 is reminding us about the Vav. So you see what they're doing here is they're trying to take you back each time to another letter. So in line 10, they were like, remember the Zayin, remember the Kuf. So they're trying to get you to just remember all of your letters that you've already done and consolidate them. And then in line 11, they want us to remember the letter V. The Vav. So the first word is Vichi. So Casey, to come to your question, those 2 yuds in that word don't have their own vowel. So they're just making it longer. Vichi. Now I want somebody to tell me if they can see the other V sound in Hebrew, the Vav. Sorry, the Vet. So this is the Vav. Anybody see the Vet on this page?
Third
No,
last.
Line
Third last.
11.
Line
Carry
11.
on.
Ah, line 11.
Fourth
there
word.
it is. There
Fourth
it
word
is.
it is.
Lawrence, you were going to say?
Third last word, exactly that one.
Okay, great. And then we've got it again up here somewhere. Kelev. Kelev. Kelev, down, Kelev, down. That's a dog. Good, so we've got the vav and the vet. So let me read for you line 11. Vichi. Vav. Vayat. So can you see in that word vayat, the aleph is completely silent. It's got no vowel. It's got nothing to do. It's just chilling. Vayat. Doesn't make it longer, doesn't do anything. It's totally superfluous, but there it is. Vayat. Vahev. Valad. And suddenly out of the blue, completely different. He. He. Vichi. Vav. Vayat. Vahev. Valad. And he. And then I'm going to do line 12 and then we'll revise them all. So in line 12, they are reminding us about the letter Daled, the D, which we might have forgotten about. You might say it looks like a door. Here in this line, they've put a dot in it, which is just irritating. There's no dot in it, or I mean, if there is one, you just ignore it. And they're also reminding us about the Shin, which is one of the first letters we learned, Shabbat, remember? We haven't looked at Shin for a while. So I quite like what they do in this book is they kind of keep going back and consolidating the letters you've already learned. Dasha, Da'at, Delet, Heitil, He, Zil. So I'll do line 11 again. Dasha, Da'at, Delet, Heitil, He, Zil. So now I'm looking for volunteers for either, Harriet did line 10, so either line 9, 11, or 12. Any takers for either of those three lines, 9, 11, or 12?
I'm happy to do one of them.
Thank you, Casey. What do you want to try? Try 9.
Sure.
Thank you.
Chayil,
Good.
Chalev,
Good, but your first vowel?
Chalev, Chalev,
Lev, good.
Chatav,
Good.
Chaye,
Cha, your second vowel?
Ya, Chaya,
Good.
Hiel,
L, excellent.
Hiel, with a Y, that has the Y sound in it, Hiel, so you pull it
No.
through.
No.
You don't, so it's Hiel,
PL, that's right.
Hiel,
the
okay.
yud is just making it longer. It's got no vowel of its own. L.
Hiel, and then Chayat.
Excellent. Very well done, Casey. Lines 11 and 12, any takers?
I'll do 11.
Thank you, Robin.
Vichi,
Good.
Vav,
Good.
Va'at,
There's a yud.
Vayat, Vayat,
Excellent.
Vahev,
Excellent.
Valad,
Yes, good.
He.
Excellent. And the word he, anyone know what it means? It's a very
Who?
funny thing. It means she.
She.
He means she,
He means she. The Hebrew word he means she.
typical Hebrew. All
Any
right.
takers for line 12?
I'll do it.
Uh-oh.
All right, thank you, Dad. Line 12.
Dasha,
Good,
at,
good.
Deled,
Delet, good,
Heitil,
good.
Hizil.
Absolutely excellent. And by the way, the word delet, the third word, delet, means door. So that's the delet, the door. Okay, listen, everybody is reading very well, and we've got to the end of page 37, which is the end of lesson 5. So that's actually really very good. So what I want to tell you is that this book, I just want to tell you where we are in the book. So this book has got 10 chapters, but lesson 10 is actually a revision chapter. So it really has 9 lessons, which means you are more than halfway. And I don't have so easily on my screen at the moment, but I don't know if this is going to work. If it doesn't work, forgive me. Let's just try it as an experiment. Or if you have the book, you can look right at the back. Just want to see what I'm showing you. So here's the alphabet. And what you've done now is you've done more than half of it, because basically we are up to there. We are up to there. So we've only got a couple more letters to learn and a couple more vowels. So you won't see this well now. But what I'm really trying to tell you is that we're going to start with lesson 6 next week. I'm going to send it out. Lesson 6 is going to teach us another 3 letters. One of those letters, which is P, has a variation which is F. So it's like K, Ch, B, V, P, F. So you actually get 2 for the price of 1. So you'll learn 3 letters, but 4 sounds. And then we're going to consolidate again. And then in lesson 7, you are going to learn your last 3 letters, which is very thrilling. And then lesson 8, we're going to do something called final letters, which are simply a variation on a letter when it occurs at the end of the word. So in Hebrew, when a letter occurs, when certain letters occur at the end of the word, not all letters, they take a different form, but they look quite similar. So it's quite quick to learn. So what I'm really trying to say is you've only got 2 more chapters where you're going to learn new letters. So you've actually learned now most of the letters. And you've also learned now most of the vowels. We do still have a few vowels to learn. So I would say you are probably 60% of the way through the Hebrew alphabet. We've got a few more letters, a couple more vowels, and then we are going to spend a lot of time consolidating. But once we've gotten through all of the letters and vowels, what we'll be able to do is start reading from the prayer book. And what's nice about that, firstly, it's so satisfying. But secondly, what you'll be able to do is, because you're familiar with the prayer, many of them, it will just be much easier to read, you'll see. So I guess I should have worked it out as a number of lessons, but I would say we probably need another, I don't know, 6 or 8 lessons before you are really reading by yourself. So I know it's quite tedious, and because we're only meeting once a week and we've got this weird Zoom thing and everything, it can be a bit trying, but hang in there, you are nearly there. I'd say another 2 months, maybe by the end of September, maybe by Rosh Hashanah even, you will be able to actually read from the prayer book. In fact, maybe what we could do is we could even do a couple of extra sessions if we want to, so that by the time we get to the High Holy Days, you actually can read from the Siddur.
Sounds great.
So what I'll do tomorrow, I'll try my best to actually get a proper copy made of the whole book, so that I can firstly put it on the screen in a better form. Secondly, give people photocopies if they want. I've still got a couple of these available. And thanks for your patience, everybody, and have a good rest of the week. And hang in there, because you are nearly reading Hebrew. Over to you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Lola.
Lola.
And I may say on behalf of all the class that you make it such fun. You are so supportive, you are so encouraging that we don't think we're doing badly, which is wonderful.
You are really doing great.
So thank you very, very much. I'm sure each and every one is enjoying this. Huh, Robin? Harriet,
Really, so much. It's so
much.
enabling.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. So
Thank
on
you.
behalf of Temple Israel Hillbrow, thank you all for joining us at this really rather unique and very unusual teaching method, which one actually enjoys. And we look forward, we hope to seeing you the Shabbat, and in the meantime, Shavua Tov.
Thank you, everybody. Lala
Thank
Tov.
Thank you, Leah. Morah,
Thanks,
Morah
love.
Tova.
Thanks.